Hello friends, welcome to my channel Fundamentals of Engineering. In today's session we are going to see another topic for the regarding GATE 2022. For that we are going to see the introduction of metal cutting process. So in this GATE 2022, if you have seen the previous GATE papers regarding ME mechanical engineering or PI production and industrial engineering, the maximum questions are regarding from this metal cutting process in the manufacturing engineering topic. So here you can get 5 to 6 questions regarding this metal cutting process, and these are either 2 marks or 1 marks questions. So among that, they can ask some theory questions, or sometimes they ask some numerical type questions. So if you see in the GATE 2021 paper, the most of the questions are based on the theory background. If you have cleared your basics or fundamentals for this any topics, then you can clear this exam of GATE 2021. But if you are not clear or you are applying for this GATE 2022, then it's a great opportunity that from now onwards you can study for these subjects for the mechanical engineering and production and industrial engineering. So among that, first we will see the metal cutting process. Now what is the definition? So if you see, if you are having this round block in metal cutting process, what we are doing, from this round block we apply the cutting tool or cutting tool forces to get the final product. So if we are having this round block, and from this round block if we are required the final product, then what we are doing, suppose this is the final product we required. So this is our final product. So here what we have done, we have removed the excess material. So this is the excess material we have removed here, and this excess material we are removed by using the cutting tool. So this excess material we are removing in this form of chip. So what is the definition of metal cutting process? It is the process of producing a workpiece by removing unwanted material. So while removing from this bar unwanted material in the form of chip, we are getting the final product. So in this method of analyzing the material removal process for determining what are the forces are generated in this machining, then what will be the tool life we are getting whenever we are doing the machining operation, and what will be the temperature will be induced in the machining operation. Temperature will be induced in the machining operation, and power consumption based on the forces which are generated in the machining operation. So that we are going to analyze. So first we will see some important points. So why we require to know what are the forces which are generated in the machining operation. So by knowing the forces induced during the machining, the rigidity requirement of machine can be determined. So if you know the forces which are generated, then rigidity required for the machine can be estimated. So more number of forces are there, then the rigidity of the machine will be more. If forces are more, the rigidity of a machine will be more. So by getting the force which are generated, maximum force are there, then there is a possibility that vibration will be generated. More number of vibration will be generated. Due to that vibration, the moving material or the parts which are assembled, they can be vibrate, and due to that vibration there will be effect on surface finish on workpiece material. surface finish on workpiece material. That is the one we have to determine or analyze the forces. Next one is a power consumption. If you know the power consumption during the machining, the capacity required for the prime mover, the capacity required for prime mover can be estimated. So what kind of prime mover we required, based on that power consumption we decide. So what kind of prime mover we required during the machining operation. Third one is a temperature. So the temperature, whenever we are doing this operation of a machining by using a cutting tool, there is a friction will be generated. There is a friction between chip and tool or workpiece and tool interface, and due to that friction the heat will be generated. Due to that friction heat will be generated. That heat will be a temperature. So we have to reduce that temperature, or we have to analyze the temperature which are induced in the machining, such that the tool material which we are selecting, that tool material, the hot hardness temperature, the tool material's hot hardness temperature should be greater than temperature which is induced in machining. Suppose take an example of high carbon tool steel, which we are using as a tool material. At room temperature, it's having a hardness value for the RC 65. Why we require to know the hot hardness temperature? If that temperature value is greater than this hot hardness temperature, then strength of tool will be decreased. So at room temperature for this high carbon tool steel, it having hardness value of 65. If it goes temperature 100 degrees Celsius, then this value again goes down 64. 250 degrees Celsius, its value goes on 63. Then 400 degrees Celsius, its value goes on decreasing. So considerable decrease in the strength of a tool is getting place. So if you consider the temperature, hot hardness temperature for this high carbon tool steel will be a 250 degrees Celsius. Then for the HSS, it is 600 degrees Celsius. Means we have to see the temperature which are induced during the machining operation should be not greater than this 600 degrees Celsius and 250 degrees Celsius. Then carbide, it's 1200 degrees Celsius, and ceramics is 1000 degrees Celsius. So these are the hot hardness temperature. So this temperature which we are using, temperature which we are knowing or formulating, that temperature value whenever we are doing the machining operation, the heat which are generated should be less than these values, so that the strength of a tool material can be high. Then tool life. By knowing the tool life, we can adjust the process parameters. Like speed, feed and depth of cut. These process parameters we can adjust in such a way that tool life should be greater than the tool changing time. Because what is happening, whenever we are doing the machining operation, there is a friction, and due to that friction there is a heat generation, and due to that heat generation the wear of tool will be more. Means we have to change the tool again and again. So we have to adjust these process parameters in such a way that we can reduce this tool changing time. Ultimately, we can increase the tool life. For knowing the or analyzing the metal cutting operations, we have to analyze the forces, power consumption, temperature, and tool life. Next, what are the factors affecting the machining operation? So whenever we are doing the machining operation, some factors they were affecting. First factor is the properties of a workpiece material. Suppose the workpiece material is very hard, the hardness is more, then the forces which required to remove the material, that will be more. If the forces are more, then power consumption will be more. If power consumption is more and forces are more, then tool wear of a tool will be more, and if that tool wear is more, then tool life can be less. Tool life can be less. That is the one. If the hardness of a workpiece material is more, if the ductile material is there, if the ductile material is there, then the forces and power consumption, PC is a power consumption, is slightly lower. So tool wear will be low, and ultimately tool life will be increased. So first factor is a properties of a workpiece material based on the hard or ductile material, that will implies the tool life. Then second parameter is a tool geometry. So in that tool geometry there are 6 angles and one nose radius is there. So what are they? That in the single point cutting tool we are going to see. Among that, the geometry, if we consider the back rake angle, if that back rake angle is more, then forces will be low, power consumption will be low, then tool wear, TW is tool wear, will be less, and tool life can be higher. So if increase the back rake angle, then the forces, power consumption, tool wear will be less, and tool life will be more. If we increase the relief angle in the geometry of cutting tool, then the rubbing action between tool and workpiece can be removed or can be less. If we are not providing any relief angles, then the tool is simply rubbing or simply sliding on the workpiece surface. So to provide or to get the machining operation or to remove the material from the workpiece, we have to provide these relief angles. Then interaction between tool and workpiece. This interaction is nothing but the process parameters like speed, feed, and depth of cut. So if we increase feed, then power consumption will be increased. If we increase the feed, then power consumption will be increased. If power consumption is more, then tool life can be affected, and if we increase the depth of cut, the forces induced will be increased. If we increase the depth of cut, the forces will be more, that ultimately reduce the tool life. If speed, if we are increase of the feed, then there is a possibility that the forces which we are affect properties, based on the properties we are increasing speed value, then if the hardness value is there, the forces, power consumption will be more, and tool life can be less. And ductile material is there, if we increase the speed, then forces, power consumption will be low, tool wear will be low, and tool life will be increased. So these are the factors affecting the machining operation. Hope you like this video. In this video we have seen some introductory of metal cutting process, that we are focusing on the GATE 2022 exam. In the next session, we are going to see what are the angles which are there in a single point cutting tool, what will be the geometry, and what are the effects of that geometry that we are going to see. If you like it, stay connected and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.